Well, hello everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Marci Melzer. I'm an intuitive speech language pathologist and language facilitation coach and consultant. And this channel, my Marci Melzer Intuitive SLP channel, is kind of like a vlogcast. It's a podcast, but I use a lot of video components. So that's why we're here on YouTube, and I'm happy that you're joining me. This channel and these messages are for everyone and anyone who is interested in using energy work to elevate your language facilitation results. That means that you are a parent or a caregiver, a mom, a dad, a nanny, a teacher, a special ed provider, a psychologist, somebody in the world who connects every day or frequently with lay talking kids, and you are interested also in energy work. And that's why you're here, because I was guided through my own guidance to create this space for you to join me. So welcome, you're welcome here. And the idea behind these messages is to help you take the action you need to feel satisfied in your language facilitation journey every single day with the results you're getting, because we're eliminating expectations. We're focusing on spoken language development through connection. So I am going to be using energy-based divination kinds of things here. And the messages for now are very general because I need more subscribers to the channel. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. I'm just going to give you a little graphic to remind you. Hit that subscribe button to this channel. Even if you've already subscribed to me over on the Waves of Communication channel, I need your subscriptions here because I'm looking to build up the traffic on this channel to the point where YouTube lets me go live and do live streams, and I'm going to be able to take questions, specific questions from you to generate guidance. For now, you can post your comments, your questions in the comments, or comments in the questions, all those things. I'm just feeling very charged up and energized right now. And so you'll have to also be aware that these messages are general. I'm going to be talking from the perspective of these lay talking kids, the things that I'm channeling from them to share with you about that might help you on your journey to move forward. And we're just going to move forward and work with the energy as it comes through me. And you're going to have to take the messages that resonate with you, and you're going to have to bypass the ones that don't, because there's going to be lots and lots of people watching this both now and on the replay and for a long time, because these messages are evergreen. And you're also welcome to come back to these videos or any of the videos that I recommend. In fact, that's part of what I'm going to be doing today, is recommending some videos that you can use. The most successful clients that I've worked with started in the YouTube videos working with the mindset ones. And every time they feel the energy pulling them away from their success, they return to these mindset things. That's the whole, again, reason I'm creating this space for you. So again, you're very welcome to be here. You're very welcome to share in the comments what you're going through. It will help me guide the messages that I bring forward too. So comments are always welcome. Like, share videos, all that stuff to help the channel grow. All right, now what we're going to be doing on this video is we're going to be addressing this energy work through 3 perspectives. First, I'm going to be talking about the current astrology that's going on right now. Then I'm going to be talking about the top 3 mindset videos that will help you deal with your mindset work, whether you're new in it or you're a practiced mindset and energy worker and you want to evolve your energy work specifically for the topic of language facilitation. Maybe you used energy work to heal your body or heal your relationship or other things in your life, and you're interested in using energy work, even if you are a practitioner, a speech pathologist, and you are interested in developing the energy work side of your practice. My mindset videos are the ones that help you integrate energy work into your language facilitation stuff. And then for the first time ever, I'm going to be doing a reading. I've got my reading set up, my cards set up. We're going to be using some different decks of cards and doing an intuitive reading. So this is going to be a long video designed to help you. You can skip through the chapters if you want, but this is the energy that I was guided to share. So that's what we're going with. All right, let's get started first with the astrology. And so what we're going to be talking about now is the astrology transits that are going on right now. I'm filming this video on the 10th of September. I'm in the United States, and this is the day of the full moon. Let me pull up my little graphic I made about this. It's super cute. We have the Mid-Autumn Moon Festival. It's celebrated in Chinese astrology. China and Chinese astrology and Indian astrology, Asian astrology follows the moon cycles very carefully. And we have this full moon in Pisces. I use, the Western kind of astrology. So Pisces is where that is. I'm not sure where it is in the Eastern, but in Pisces, we talk about the energy of emotions. Pisces is a very emotional planet. And so what that is, the big energy that's going on right now is this full moon. And in Pisces, it's going to be receiving the energy from the sun that is right now in Virgo. And Virgo is about foundations. Now, it's been very interesting, this particular transit, because we've got some Mars activity going on in Pisces right now. And we've got Jupiter activating with this moon. And we also had some really interesting global events that have been happening around this time that are actually going to help us make bigger changes, because what happens in the way that the world is evolving, I believe, even in the world of speech therapy and helping late talking kids, is the systems are breaking down. The payment systems, the diagnostic systems, they're being overwhelmed by children who are late talking due to lack of experience and connection with humans during the pandemic. It was our guidance from these systems to separate our children from humans, from other friends at school, from other people. And in fact, we were masked. So you can look at these things as metaphors or as reality, but the situation we can look at from what happened in the world that caused a situation that is crumbling now is now all these kids who are late talking due to lack of exposure by watching people talk, just from that alone, and exposure to technology, and parents being so distracted by the problem solving they had to do during the past few years. All of these kids now, the systems are breaking down. They can't tolerate the volume of children who are late talking now. And so parents need to pick up this responsibility again, just like they did way back before these systems existed. In the world of speech therapy, particularly in the past about 10 to 15 years, it's been very heavily pushed towards this exchange-based, intensive therapy where the therapists are asking parents to give the children over to therapists. And that model alone can't sustain, because there aren't enough therapists to spend days and days and days with your child to teach them to talk. You need to pick up the job. And that's what the energy is telling us. And so we've had these breakdowns, and then we look at what's happening in the UK with the Queen passing away after 70 years of establishing and maintaining systems through all their changes, and her son, who now has to take on the responsibility in an ever-changing world when they have a brand new prime minister literally the day before she passed. And so new things are evolving out of these changes. And that's what this moon, and they're very emotional in Pisces, in this place in the world, and it's brand new harvesting. What are we collecting here? What are we feeling? What are we moving forward to do with all of this activation of change? Big things breaking down, and the opportunity to look through into, we have to leave this emotional baggage, literally emotional baggage, behind. That's what full moons do, is they release things. And your personal emotional baggage is being highlighted. We see it happening in the royal family, their personal emotional baggage. Prince Charles waiting his whole life to take this job. Literally from the day he was born, this was going to be his job, and he's in his 70s. So 70 years, this has been going on, and now it's broken. And the new has to evolve because the old is gone. And I think this is what we are asking the universe, the planetary energy anyway, is asking us to think about what is really breaking down for you. What do you really just need to finally give up? The Queen held on for 96 years through all the turmoil, 2 wars, global devastation that was going on in the country that she was reigning. And still 70 years later, they're thanking her. And we all are, because she is a great demonstration of what is, what value we got out of all those old systems, because it wasn't for naught. We learned a lot from this experience. Now we can take what's good and what isn't working anymore, we can leave behind and say thank you to those energies, those things, those lessons that we taught. Maybe they were good, maybe they were hard, maybe they were fun, maybe they were not so fun in the moment, but they all taught us lessons. We all are in the place. The whole reason this channel exists is because I know there are people out there seeking a new level of energy, a new way to work. And so that's what we're invited to do. That's why I started this channel now. And we've got Mercury retrograde on top of it. A lot of people are afraid about starting new, but literally what we need to do is we need to look at the old. We need to revise the old. This Mercury retrograde is starting in an earth sign, moving into an air sign and back into an earth sign. Let's look back at the old ideas and generate a new earth. It literally is what we are doing. From our individual problem solving up, from your individual life, and the problem you were given as a parent of a late talking child is to embrace this energy and look at the new. So the first task, the energy task you have, is to use this energy and really take some inventory of what baggage you are carrying. And it's not necessarily baggage that you picked up. It could be baggage that other people have projected at you. We're talking about energy baggage, emotional baggage, things that trigger you. You are now guided. We all are guided to leave them behind. Say thank you. No, thank you if they're still in existence. And thank you for your life. And I forgive. And you don't forget, you learn. This is the idea of 1% improvement, learning from our mistakes, trial and error. But we can be happy every day through this process when we realize when terrible things happen. It's a process. For me, I had a conference booked, airfare set, my hotel Airbnb booked. I was ready to schedule meetups and start to talk about it. And yesterday, last minute, the whole event got canceled. It got moved. Not enough people were able to attend at this time in this place or whatever. And there was this sudden message of your idea of how things were going to move forward, at least for the next month in my life, that potentially I was going to look for connections that projected my business forward. That opportunity went away. And so now I had to do a lot of thinking about what am I going to do moving forward? And it is time now. That was gone. So now I have this whole month to dig in, to develop this channel, to come on here every single day and put videos up for you, short ones, long ones, videos that you can use to remind you that I'm here. The universe, they freed up my month so that I can come here and make this space for you. So I'm so pleased that you're here joining me, because let's go, right? Let's go. So we're moving into the new era. That's what we're doing. Now, let me share with you what I'm going to share is the top 3 videos. And these are from my Waves of Communication channel that has more than 500 videos. And it's hard to sort out and figure out which ones to find. That's why these little recommendation videos are going to help you. And so you know the links for all of these videos are in the description box. And these are mindset related videos that you can use anytime you are ready to give up the old and move into the new, and you need some motivation and ideas as far as how to do this from a language facilitation perspective. And the first video is this one. Let me pull up the image for you. My mouse is acting crazy. The Mercury retrograde is challenging me, but I'm not going to let it. Okay, so intuition and neuroscience, finding the right balance for natural speech to emerge. Now, remember, I call myself an intuitive speech pathologist because first and foremost in my education, I learned how to facilitate spoken language. I learned the tips and tricks. I learned what therapists need to do. I learned the guidance that it takes for a child to develop speech. And even over the past 5 years now, I have worked exclusively with families where I don't see the children. I only work with the parents, and they send me videos and I literally channel the child's messages through watching these videos. And it's very much the same as I used to do when I was in person with them, but now I can work with more people everywhere. And so that's the idea here, is how do we take these neuroscience evidence-based things that we used, that are tried and true, that I've been using for 30 years in speech therapy, and integrate them into your energy-based work in your life. That's what that video is about, because it's important that you don't go all woo-woo either, right? Because even though energy work feels great and it feels much better than the desperation of pushing your kid to do things and pulling stuff out of them, that is for sure. But it also can, your child can just slip right into energy-based communication, and you slide into their telepathy, and you're so good at interpreting their messages and responding to them that they don't develop speech, that they develop their intuition more. And we don't want that to happen. You need to use the evidence-based speech things in balance with your energy work to bring the speech out. So you may, if you're watching this video and you've been following my channel and you've had a lot of ups and downs, this is why it's so important, because you're like, yeah, you chase the energy work and you do energy, and then you're not facilitating the language models you need, or drawing the boundaries you need, or structuring in the time you need to develop the spoken language using the workbook at least 4 times a day, right? If you're not doing that, then your progress is going to fail, and then you're going to get triggered into your negative mindset, and you're going to go blah, 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 down again. So this balance is super, super important for you if your mindset is ups and downs. Balance keeps the ups and downs. There are always going to be ups and downs. We just don't want tidal waves in the ups and downs. Look at these waves behind me. Very consistent in their ups and downs, and we learn how to ride them and stay above. Even if you grab something and you fall below, how to get yourself back to the surface, so at least we can ride through the ups and downs, because they're going to come. They're going to come. Okay, so that video is super important for you to keep a balanced mindset, especially with this moon, and we've got this Mercury retrograde. You're going to be triggered. That's what Mercury retrograde does. If you are not doing your own following to make sure that you're staying balanced, Mercury is going to trigger you in one way or another. Definitely. To cause something to happen in your life, just like me. I'm like, oh yeah, my codependency got triggered, and I'm signing up for all these conferences thinking I'm going to meet my next new partner, my next new podcast friend that's going to join me. And the universe says, nope, it's not anybody else. We've been training you. Like, the universe has been training me to put this channel together, just like I have been training you to be your child's language facilitator. And the universe is part of this whole project, because we're all connected, even to your late talking kids. That's what's so exciting about this energy work. Once you're aware of all these messages and you get these reminders from me and from your child and from yourself, your higher self, because you're connected, your team just grows to be this amazing team. And it's not even other people. It's you creating this space, this energy space, even with me right here on this video. So that's what's really exciting about this energy work part. And it's just something so revolutionary that I just need to keep practicing it. And I need more feedback from you to see if this is what you're feeling. Okay. All right. So let's move into the next video that I have for you. And this one could be a little bit triggering, and that's why we're talking about it today. All right. So here's what it is. It is 5 parent mindset traps that block speech progress. And so what you're going to do is learn what to do when you're feeling stuck, because that's what we talk about anchors. That's when we talk about the things that you're going to grab onto that pull you below the surface, that stop you from doing the things that you want to do, or put you into this hermit mode where you're just isolated and hiding and you just feel like you can't do anything. There's 5 of these mindset traps. So you need to be aware of them when they happen. I'm not going to say if, because they all happen to all late talking parents at some point in your journey. Maybe you've been working really hard and you've been doing great, and then you feel all of a sudden you start to worry that it's not happening fast enough or something like that. All of those situations are what cause you to get off of your best game, your best language facilitation game. And that's what we're here to keep you on your path, to keep you consistent, to keep you moving forward and stop those blockages from getting you stuck. Okay. Now, the third video I have is one that I've done a little bit more recently, because I've been talking about mindset for years now, but this is really common ones where we talk even about using the workbook. Excuse me. These are tips to use the workbook to manage your language facilitator mindset. And I'm just going to give you a little preview of what's in that video by showing you one of the examples of something that's in my workbook. And it is this graph right here. I'll tell you what, Mercury's messing with my mouse today. It's this level chart. So a lot of workbooks that facilitate speech development, they talk about the idea of how many words is your child saying. Hang on a second, I need to take a little drink. Okay, so most level charts will they will guide you to pay attention to the results that you're getting. How many words is the child saying, or how well are they following directions? How good is the joint attention? You know, all of those things, because that's the only thing that someone from the outside of you can measure. But there are 2 things that you can and must actually measure before you even start your language models, before you even respond to the behavior that you don't want to see, before you even decide to teach that new skill. You have to monitor your mindset. How are you showing up? Because remember, we want the late talker to show up ready to learn. In fact, when they don't show up ready to learn, you get disappointed as a language facilitator. And that's why this whole graph exists, these 7 levels. And see this line here? Above this line is where you are connected in the language facilitation zone. That's why we talk through speech through connection, because unless you are connected, there is no speech emergence, because this is what happens to you. And you could be at these levels if you're feeling this way. Are you feeling discouraged? You know, are you feeling, confused, or are you feeling exhausted because you've been trying something but it's not working for you? Above this line at least helps you connect. Okay. And then the other one that I want you to pay attention to, the other graph that I want you to pay attention to, I'm challenging this mouse, is it's the mindset one, or the connection one. Sorry. Let me find it here. Yes. So this is the 7 levels of connection with the child. Now remember, this is connection with the language facilitator. So how well is your late talker connected to you? How well are they connected? Are they scared of you, confused by you, running away from you because they don't like what's happening? Or are they at least balanced and hanging out with you, happy, enjoy what you do, and like what you do so much they want to learn and teach other people? This is the first thing you need to establish before you can get any kind of progress with spoken language. That's why we talk about speech through connection. So those videos are available for you to watch. In the description of this video are the links for them. So you are welcome to peruse them, bookmark them, save them in your world so that you can return to them anytime you feel like, or you get triggered. Like I said, anytime those blockages sneak in, then you're going to know what to do. All right, so now we're going to move forward into the card reading portion. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the video over here so that you can look at my card deck. So the first thing I've got here is my language facilitation inspiration cards. And what I'm going to do is I've got actually 3 decks I'm going to pull. So the first one is the language facilitation inspiration cards, and we're going to pull a message from here. And this is surrounding our idea of the full moon and the change and all the things that we are going to change with this full moon and the things we're going to do. What do the late talkers want to share about it? It's a very emotional card. It says, make me laugh. Look, make me laugh. And there is a message on the back of this. Let's take a look at that. And it says, laughter heals. Laughing together naturally raises energetic vibration. It's a great way to instantly reset any low feelings, such as worry about the future. Late talkers will show you what makes them laugh as they ask you for giggle-causing interaction with their behavior. So the guidance is to appreciate these opportunities to elevate your own mood. And look at this. Look at this. Dad is happy, just as happy as the kiddo is happy. Maybe your late talker loves giggle time, and they want you to really see more about, we want to experience this more. Make me laugh a little bit more. This looks like just a impromptu tickle session right there in the hallway. Tickle, tickle, tickle. I love it. Okay, so this full moon is asking us to laugh a little more, have fun with the process. And I'm going to adjust my microphone here a little bit so you can hear me a little better. All right, now I'm going to use 3 more decks of cards. The first deck I'm going to pull one from is these children's animal spirit cards. Aren't they so cute? And here they are. They're all animals, and they just have a little message. And these are messages for kids. But again, I kind of channel the messages from kids, but maybe these are the things that the late talkers want for us to teach them in this period of time. This one seems good. Let's see what it says. It says, learn from your mistakes. I love this. What a great message. What a great message about this whole situation. This we were just talking about. Isn't it amazing how these cards pull out? Look at this cute coyote. Learn from your mistakes. So what I'm immediately getting here is this idea. Remember, we were just talking about how this particular full moon allows us the opportunity to look back, and this Mercury retrograde allows us to look back at what we've done. Maybe you were guided by a speech therapist to do a lot of prompting. Maybe you have been asking your child a lot of questions. Maybe you will see some of those mindset blocks, and the guidance, very much like I had for you, the coyote is also saying to learn from your mistakes. And the late talkers want to laugh through the process. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to go this way. So I got a deck of cards. So this is an oracle deck. It's very energetic, and what I liked about it is it's windows to clarity. Now, the images are very abstract in this, and so I'm going to use the book, because the way I like to use oracle cards is I get verbal messages from the messages in the book, as well as images from the pictures. So we're going to use the book. Here's the deck of cards. Let's pull one out, again, surrounding this message. Some of them are upside down, right side up. We're just going to pull one out of the middle here and take a look at the image. So it's number 38. So what I also like about this card deck is that it has numbers, and I sort of dabbled in numbers. 11 is my big number, which is why I'm not surprised that we got 38, because 38, when you add the numbers together, it equals 11. And when you get master numbers, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6, that means that those are angel numbers or inspiration numbers, numbers that remind us that the universe is participating in this message. And I think the kids are participating in this message. And so the word here is protection. And look at this image. So it's fire, but there are other things in the image. So we see it's number 38. I've got to pull up 38 in the book. Let me do it here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this image here so you can focus on it while I read from the book. And here it is right here. It says, the quote is from Lao Tzu, of course, a Chinese quote, because we've got our Chinese holiday today highlighted. It says, the power of intuitive understanding will protect you from harm until the end of your days, which obviously amazing. And the magical and mystical dragon brings power and plenty of protection from any danger encountered along one's path. He leads with power and is all-knowing to guide you through any situation, just as your intuitive gifts, wisdom, and gifts always will through your life. Dragons are said to be associated with wisdom. Maybe you like dragons. Maybe your kiddo likes dragons. Maybe it's, again, the Chinese holiday that's communicating with us. And referred to as being wiser than humans with longevity. Wow. They have ties to every country. And in China, the dragon is the highest ranking animal in the zodiac hierarchy, while also being associated with the emperor. And they are, excuse me, also said to be capable of human speech. Look at that. So isn't that amazing? So we've got the dragon here. It says here in this smoke image, the Chinese dragon in front looks sweet in nature, curious, but self-assured to handle anything, pretty much like a late talker, right? It is the leader and protector in all things. And in back of his head is another image of a dragon that looks like he is flying and mad, steeped in medieval heritage. So, wow, there are obviously messages from the dragons or spiritual dragons or maybe whatever. You see that. I love those messages. Something in there may have resonated with you. I think it certainly resonates with this message because the emperor is all about, look at that. That's what Prince Charles is having to do, right? He's the new emperor, and you are the new emperor of your situation. You are the one. All right, so the final deck I'm going to use for messages is the Tarot of the New Vision. And this is a tarot deck with a twist. So it uses the same tarot-based images from the Rider-Waite, and it adds extra stories onto them. And I like stories, so that's what it is. And sorry, cars flew on the floor. I got to pick them up. I got to pick them up. There's two here. I want to pull three all together. So we got the Five of Swords, and we got the High Priestess, of course, because we're talking about this very intuitive Pisces full moon, and all of you are pulling out your High Priestess. And then I'm going to pull the last one out here so you can see, and the Four of Swords. Okay, so Five of Swords, two, High Priestess is also a 2, and then we've got the Four of Swords, and 5 and 4 is 9, and 2 is 11. Look at that when we add up the numbers. Isn't that amazing? So we've got 11, 11, and 11, 11 is even a higher master number where it's a number of connection because it's 2 and 2. The 2 and 2 come together. So it's really, again, highlighting, if you're watching this video, it's all about how connection is going to be key for you. Now, the other messages in these cards, let's take a look at the story here on the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords can be a card of conflict, but look at this. This guy is looking back on the conflict. It's over. The smoke is rising from the ashes of destruction that have already happened. So you're not going into the fray. You're done. You have done the good fight, and he's got 2 swords. He's carrying 3 there. Now there's one on the ground that he doesn't need anymore. He got rid of this idea. This one didn't work. Like it burned up in the fire. It isn't function anymore. And he has 3 new good ideas that he has to take into his future. And this is where you are right now. Don't worry about this stuff that's gone. You know, he doesn't even have any more hands to carry them. This one's a big idea, right? So big, he can't pick up this old stuff. There's no room, right? We talked about room. And 5 is about change. So he is done and ready to start the new. That means you are ready to start the new. At least your late talker wants you to be ready to start the new if you're not. Okay. And then the high priestess, she has no roof above her. She takes her inspiration. Look, this is a new moon, but look behind her. So other people in front of her, you know, she's just looking at the emotions and managing all of that stuff. But behind her, she has spiritual practice. She has wisdom in the owl. She has balance too. She has dark influences and light influences, always affecting her. And look at, here's the dark pillar with the light influence, creating balance. The light pillar with the dark influence, balance. Okay. And this papaya, this is her, like the birth, the seeds she's going to plant. She's got them here behind her. The veil has fallen. Everybody has access to the information from the high priestess, and the wisdom and the seeds you're planting. This is your job. These are the people here working, real people, not any kind of deity or anybody. This is real people doing the work. So it is time for you to take your intuitive knowledge and do the work. And then this is the 4 of Swords. We had the 4 swords the other day. I envision these as other people, your late talker, and then maybe a partner or other people around you, some sort of masculine influence, because this is like the woman. This is a woman who, a mom, a somebody who has, okay, we tried this. Okay, we tried this. Okay, we tried this. And I learned a little from this. I learned a little from this. I learned a little from this. I'm just taking what I learned and putting them up there in my bag. And look at this guy's over here with an animal, showing the animal the kindness, connecting with the animal, right? And these butterflies, so these things, they cause change. 3 butterflies, 3 swords. Maybe there were 3 things you tried before. Speech therapist 1, speech therapist 2, speech therapist 3. Diagnosis 1, diagnosis 2, diagnosis 3. You know, step 1, step 2, step 3. 3 different whatevers that you learned a little something from each one of them. But down here is that big sword, right? Look at it. Here it is. Here it is. Here they are. He's got this big sword. These are the ones that he's got hanging on the wall. And this is his new idea. And these are the people around you watching you. What are you going to get up and do? When you're done resting and processing all of this stuff that's fallen apart in the past couple days, what are you going to do next? What are you going to do next? So it's up to you. Maybe you will watch these videos that I said. Maybe you'll make some changes. Maybe you'll buy the workbook. Maybe you'll do something new. So I have a couple recommendations for you as far as little actions you can take to start. Number 1 is you can sign up for my newsletter. And the link to that is in the description of this video. You can sign up for my newsletter right away. And there is a link to buy the language facilitation inspiration cards too. So you can sign up for that and then subscribe to the channel, of course, so that you pay attention, because like I said, I'm putting out lots more content here for you to see, and keep following the channel. So subscribe to the channel and like this video to help other people see what's going on. So you can do all those things and you can get the workbook. So that is also in the description of this video, where you can find the workbook on Amazon. It's on Amazon worldwide, pretty much wherever there is Amazon right now. You can get your copy of the workbook. You can get started with language facilitation strategies. You can dig in with your child. And yeah, start taking some action and moving forward with all of this. So I hope that this video was helpful to you. I've got a lot of information in here for you. And yeah, continue your language facilitation work. You're not crazy. The energy is talking to you. It's guiding you to come here because it guided me to create this for you. And I'm not going to stop showing up to remind you how important you are in the process. So Thank you so much for joining me again, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye for now.